Hey, welcome back. I've been adding controller support, so the main menu needed to be slightly redesigned. This is the old one for comparison. When the user does some actions on a controller, I can force the in-game cursor to be over the next step. For example, clicking a drop-down, the mouse will hover over the first item in that drop-down list. I have also programmed an on-screen keyboard for controller players. They can move using the D-pad or navigation buttons, or even have the option to control the cursor directly using the joystick. The other joystick will move the on-screen keyboard itself in case they ever need to. Next, I have given a smooth transition to the loading bar at the top of the screen, as well as adding more information about what is currently being loaded. It's a small detail, but it adds a lot. As you can see in these clips, there used to be a small twitch when exiting vehicles. This was due to the player's rotation suddenly changing. This has now been fixed, and entering and exiting vehicles is now as smooth as possible. I've been playing around with the third person mode, and I'm yet to fix this visual bug that I'm having. As you can see, whatever the player sees is almost duplicated and rendered behind the planet. I'm certain it's a problem with the overlay cameras that I'm using, and I have them set up wrong. The third person mode is a bit harder to control than the first person mode. Picking up items from the floor can be a struggle sometimes. I am not yet sure if this is going to be in the final version of the game, but if it's something you want, let me know. Okay, next up we have objectives, and this took me a few weeks to program. Throughout the entire game, you will have these objectives, which have a title, a description, and some tasks to complete. Before these were added, the player was completely unguided, so they would not know what to do. So you can see how this was essential for the game. Once an objective has been completed, it is then crossed off of the list. Some objectives can be uncrossed if needed, such as here, where the player needs to have an oxygen tank in their mobility unit. If they take it out, they have to put it back in. One big quality of life improvement was the cursor controls. When playing with a mouse and keyboard, you can now click and drag inventory items. Before, you had to click to pick it up and click to put it down, which is what the controller uses. It is quite hard to show on video, but it does feel a lot better. Inventory items can now be rotated for better organization by pressing the R key. I'm not sure if the icon should rotate with it, so please let me know what you think. I have added a small scale model of the satellite, which can fly around and take screenshots. These screenshots store the in-game location, as well as any players in the same lobby. If you are curious, I have done a tutorial on how I've done this. Lastly, I have redone the game trailer. This shows off a lot of new features that I've been working on, so be sure to check it out. You can see this trailer either on YouTube or on the game's Steam page, which is where you can wishlist the game. Every single wishlist is helpful and very much appreciated. If you know anybody who would be interested in this game, let them know. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.